buying expectation.
Welcome back to Be
You
Rich.
did ask. Let someone come.
No, that's okay. Looks like nobody has. No, that's okay. Looks like nobody has come.
Yes.
But welcome back to Be Rich, guys. I hope you have some comments on this. Money Page was very successful. Let's have some comments on this and see what is happening. So
If
can
anyone
have a
has any
discussion.
questions, they can ask.
Yeah, but
Anand
nobody
will
is
be
there.
more than happy to answer.
Yeah.
Right now we're talking to the void.
Anyway, so both of us can have a chat. So
Okay,
Anand,
we have Govind Swami. Newspaper, magazine. Which do you read, sir?
I read Financial Times, Wall Street Journal, and Economist.
U.S. market versus bond. Which one, Anand sir?
As of today, bond.
Hello, Santosh Swami saying hello.
Do
Tell
you-
me about your library.
You
So
know
what
my
books?
library better than me. Yeah.
Hello.
I have more
They
than
want to hear from you.
more around 3,000 books. I have.
Yes, he's got one complete wall
Oh,
in his house, which is completely end-to-end books.
yeah.
It looks like a library when you walk through it. It's not
Yeah.
like our libraries where we have
Yeah.
10, 12 books.
Yes.
He's got so many books, it's not funny.
Somebody
And-
has 15,000 rupees.
And Anand's
So,
favorite gift is always a book. Giving books and receiving books is Anand's favorite thing to do.
Thank you. Lot of comments. I'm very, very happy.
Yes. Hello, Anand sir. At FD, interest rates are increasing. So will bond premium come down?
No, it won't. Because the bonds I recommend are at very high interest rates already. So it will not be affected by such small rates of increase.
Sudden surprise, sir. Indian markets are going all-time high.
This is because we are not corrected enough. Worldwide, there's a bear market rally. They are celebrating the fact that the Fed will stop increasing at 0.75. But don't worry, Fed will increase at 0.5. Interest rates are not going anywhere, they are going only up. And therefore, the market will come to reality sooner than later.
How to avoid tax on paper gold?
Write to me at Be Rich, and I will give you, there are enough auditors to give you consultation.
What's the plan for 2023? A new build-up, sir.
For me, okay. So they say my voice is very low. So the idea is very clear. Is I have started by investing in Class B of Berkshire Hathaway, and I'm looking at a plethora of American stocks which I want to invest. People have already told me they have made money in Unilever. Google, of course, they made money and then it corrected, but as I predicted, Google will fall and they can add Google. And there'll be a series of recommendations of American stocks. If you write to berich at gmail.com, my team will be very happy to connect with you.
Anand, they're asking for prediction. When will the Indian market correct? They all are ready to invest.
Indian market is already deeply corrected. If you look at the previous high and this high, Larsen and Toubro, which I've been talking in private, ITC, Tata Steel, Tata Motors have been at all-time high, and IndusInd Bank.
Yes,
These
we're
stocks
talking about individual companies which are investing into.
Yes.
We're not talking about the broader, the index.
The index will correct.
Yeah, it will correct. But what Anand is always talking about is picking the companies which you have studied. Some of them are deeply corrected and are very good pricing right now.
Yes.
How do you calculate intrinsic value?
Look at my
books.
book.
He's got 2 books. I
Yes.
suggest you guys buy it and read it. They're wonderful books.
Yeah.
I
have a detailed formula for calculating intrinsic value.
Correct. Oh, the comments are so fast. It's like taking a minute. Higher education and settling India versus going abroad.
For me, my father told me at 18 when I wanted to go abroad, even 9, I think at that time.
Correct.
So he said they gave me and asked me to see the world. So I went abroad for 4 months. And when I came back, he told me, and we were great fans of cricket then and are now also. And those days there was only T20 and some one-day cricket. I'm talking of 1980, 83 or 82, 84 I think it was. And India had just won the World Cup and one day was not famous. So he said, if you cannot score 100 in Chepauk, but do you think you're going to score 100 abroad?
Correct.
So he said, why don't you prove yourself in India? I came back, I did basic college in India. By the time Manmohan Singh opened up, and there was no thought of going back.
So a lot of people are missing your health versus wealth show in Makalpet channel.
Yeah, we did a health versus wealth show. Only 1,000 people saw, and Hafiz lost interest. But Vinod and Hafiz are starting a new channel. I think they are working on the modalities that's called let's get fit with Dr. Hafiz, and Hafiz will really coach you on how to get healthy. If I am as healthy as I am today, from where I was about 18 months back, Hafiz has a big role to play. So I expect you to subscribe to that channel.
So one person saying, can we hold its stocks since recession is coming to India? Can you hold your stocks since recessions are coming?
It depends on what stocks you have. Some stocks like Adani I would sell. I will sell some stocks and I'll hold most of the stocks for dear life.
There seems to be a repeat question which is coming
Why
quite a
don't
bit.
you finish it off?
No, not that. That's a good question. Holding stocks for long term, more than 15 years, like coffee can investing, will it work in generations too? Because
Yes.
company management, it's the same one which was asked in the.
Yeah. Companies' management don't change. The Tatas have bought their next generation. So companies' management don't overnight change in India.
Invest in securities or bonds through RBI Retail Direct.
The rate of return is very poor.
Anand, sir, can we buy Berkshire Hathaway B class at current
Yes.
price or should we wait?
Yes, and if it drops, add more.
What do you expect next quarter results? Less growth, moderate growth, or as last quarter?
One thing I'm sure that GDP growth is going to slow down, and I expect non-financials to slow down further growth. Banks may still have some good returns, but non-banking stocks, which are non-financial stocks, will see contraction in margins.
The person Bala is asking, past 10 years he's worked as an automobile maintenance, getting paid around 35,000 rupees a month. Further, he learned SAP consult to jump into IT field. Is it good to improve my income? Is it good? Will
It's
it
a
help him
brilliant idea to do SAP, and I also suggest that you do data sciences. You can learn certified courses for free on the net. Learn R programming, Python, and some data sciences along with SAP. Definitely can keep this job of being a maintenance engineer, which is not going to pay in the long term.
Vicky Violence asking, sir, I have 15K per month to save for 1 year. Where can I invest? I'm already investing in stocks.
Put it in ITC, go to sleep for next 10 years. And reinvest the dividends that they pay generously back in ITC.
And astrologer Anand, can you predict will rupee go to 90 by the end of 2023? What is the magic ball thing?
Rupee going to 90 is definite. Whether it will go to by 31st March is something I don't know. That depends on several factors.
You guys, we are having some issues with our audio equipment today. So the volumes are not to the levels we like. But do bear with us. We'll try and fix this next time around. Will Japanese yen fall more, Anand?
No, I think it's the worst of the Japanese yen is over.
What do you think about BRICS currency?
There is no possibility because unless there is one sovereign power, you cannot have a currency which is stable. The euro is an example of that. Because Germany, Greece showed us what can happen if a country is not disciplined. So a sovereign has to be one. In euro failed because there were many sovereigns, so the fiscal policy was not united. Whereas the monetary policy has to be united. For a currency to be stable, it has to have both stable fiscal and monetary policy.
Will there be more layoffs in service-based, like
Yes.
IT companies in India, like TCS,
In that,
CTS,
I expect there's going to be people on the bench and then they'll be let off behind the door. There won't be large-scale sackings like what's happening in US.
But I read an article saying that they have not even reached pre-pandemic levels employee numbers. So they're expecting bigger cuts in.
No, the pre-pandemic, because during the pandemic, the growth just took off. So they hired everybody. At that time, if you remember, somebody who could spell IT got recruited.
Correct.
So even after sacking, they have not come to pre-pandemic levels.
Correct.
They are just sacking the people they picked up at the pre-pandemic. But what happens during the pandemic? What happens is they pick up people at lower rates. They are normally retained. And the people who joined who are at higher salaries,
they're the ones who are.
They are sitting ducks. So those who are in the age group of 45 to 55, I'll be worried for them.
Yeah, because younger ones can manage to re-engineer themselves.
Somebody in my age is a sitting duck.
Regarding education for kids, in below two options, which is better? School education with limited fees and later spent for degree in foreign, or a good school education with more fees now itself?
IB school, if you can afford it, is the best education possible you can give to a kid, followed by Ashoka or Kriya.
And also investing in a child's future by doing some SIP right now itself.
Yes, please put subject in the keys to escape. Make sure the kid reads books.
And if you start sipping when the kid is in kindergarten, you can afford any college the kid wants by the time he finishes college.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about it, even if it's an expensive school.
Yeah.
Sipping will NIFI come to 17K levels?
The question is whether this rally will end. The answer is yes.
Traded in future and options.
No.
Sir, how can you control yourself stepping into it when you? Sir, have you traded in future and options?
No.
Sir, how can you control yourself stepping into it when huge chances of multiple money with your knowledge, and how do you control it? When huge chances of multiple money with your knowledge, and how do you control it?
Because
I'm saying, how do you avoid the temptation of when you have so much of knowledge and you know so much? How do you prevent yourself?
I never look at the markets daily first, and then there's an options is village, and I only invest with what little money I have. I don't look at borrowing and investing with other people's money, because in futures the path from 100 to 200 means can go through zero. So I should be able to pay money for when it goes to zero. Let's take the case of ITC, which was available in futures. At 134, I bought some shares, but I didn't put money in ITC futures, though I knew it was a sure shot thing. Because from 134, it could have gone to 65. And then I would have had to set up a margin for 65 rupees, which I didn't, which I may not have. So I don't, as a rule, do futures and options.
They're asking, Petra is asking, hello, sir, can you tell us what is a good entry point for Disney and Airbnb?
Wait, there's a long way to go for hosting them very well. I want to come to Sri Lanka, but what to do? My schedule is extremely tied up till April. Definitely, I want to vacation in Sri Lanka, not to an event in Sri Lanka. Thank
you. Are we online still, guys?
I suppose so. I think we are online.
Are we online? No, we're not online. Okay. So we'll cut it off at this point.
No. We are not online. No, hotspot. We have to do properly. Yeah, we are online.
He's saying we're not online.
No, it's
that means we're not online. Oh, it's online? Cool. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We don't know if we're online or offline. So we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So can you, at the end of the day, we are having tough times with the connections here today. But I had a great time talking to you guys.
My sister said she can hear us.
Yeah.
Hi, Radha.
Yeah. So, what is it?
NVIDIA,
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't buy Intel. You can look at NVIDIA. I'll tell you the correct entry point. That's somebody asked me.
I see. 900 is an entry point good?
No, I'd rather wait.
So, what property share investing? Is it safe to invest?
I won't.
What is your view on REIT?
REIT is a great way to invest, but there are very few REITs available in India, and these are very expensive at this point of time. If a REIT does not give me a return of 8 or 9%, like what I got in PG, in now I'm getting slightly less, why should I invest in REIT?
Please suggest books for learning fundamentals. Example, your 5 books, Peter Lynch books, and how do you compare the books' theoretical knowledge and actual shared knowledge?
Everything is theoretical. Don't get carried away this hard work versus Harvard. The guys who go to Harvard are not idiots. They are prepared. They have spent a lot of time reading the books. If you don't read books, you will not stand on the giants of shoulders. Like Newton said, you need to stand on the giants of work already done for you to understand. So don't. Stock market is 99% human emotions and only 1% of science. So you need to know your history of the stock markets very well before you invest. The history of the stock market is 500 years old. And there's a book on interest rates. It talks about interest rates before Christ. So you need to know how interest rates behave. You need to know how stock market behave. And that only by reading books you will get, not by doing hard work.
Pradeep is asking, he started investing at the age of 35 after stumbling upon your videos. How do I teach my 8-year-old daughter about investing, basics of money and personal finance?
First, give her a piggy bank and make her put money in it every day. Second, when she turns 11, take her to a bank, open an account for her. It will be a minor account. Get her a minor PAN card. Make her go to the bank physically, fill in challans physically, show her a checkbook, explain to her what is a checkbook, and ask her to balance the accounts. This is the first step. That is how many money she is putting, how much money she is withdrawing. Next is teach her the difference between wants and needs. Wants are things like buying a Levi's jeans. Needs is definitely going for a killer jeans instead of wants. And whenever there is a want, ask her to deduct some money from her bank account. Normally, the endowment effect comes into play. The kid will not take money from a person, give it to you. She rather sacrifice the want and get satisfied for the need. So by keeping asking her to pay money for want from her bank account, you will make sure she learns a lot about doing that.
True.
The day she turns 10, make her sit in your family budget and ask her to make decisions. I did that to my nephew, and my nephew keeps on telling my wife, why do you want to buy things? And very famously, when he was 8, when my wife took him to a shopping center and they were settling bill, and there was a lot of goodies lying there. So my wife wanted to pick some, and he said, are you mad? These are things that is not selling, and he's kept it for you to pick up. So why do you want to pick it up?
True.
And this is what you did teach your daughter, and I'm sure she'll learn it.
Arjun is asking, got a job in Qatar for 80K per month. Can I leave my 35K per month
Yes.
job in India and go?
Yes.
What's the right time to buy Amazon stocks, sir?
I expect it to decline further. We look at it in March. If you are part of our advisory, we have an advisory going out to Dubai for in American stocks. If you send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com, that's I think is the email ID. People will respond to you.
Dinesh Kumar is asking, like how Netflix
Mm.
is suffering because studios are taking back their product and launching their own OTT platform. Amazon Prime, will it also suffer because Warner Brothers and everybody are moving
Plus,
there?
Amazon is 100 times bigger than
Netflix.
Netflix, and with the flick of a hand can create its own library. If you are watching the latest tournament that is being played in New Zealand, it's being shown live on Amazon Prime, not on your television channels. So Amazon has huge pockets of money with which it can buy any studio which is in trouble, they'll buy the content. Amazon is above all this.
I'm from Bangladesh, seeking opinion about BDT currency can depreciate more. Please advise if we can invest in real estate investment. Will it be a good idea if currency depreciates recession market?
I do not know what is the current position of the Bangladeshi real estate market. I have no idea. But in a rising interest regime, it does not make sense to invest in real estate. The Taka will decline. The Taka already was, when I last checked, trading at 103. By the time this crisis is over, the Taka can go to 110, 120. Because you guys have to be competitive in selling textile. So if Sri Lanka or Pakistan or Vietnam devalues, Madam will also be forced to devalue her currency. So I suggest that you keep some money in dollars if it's legal. As if I do not know the Bangladeshi rules.
How do we get in touch with Vinod and Sheikh?
Send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com.
Is it safe to invest in state electricity board bonds? State
If you are
electricity
in
bonds. Sorry.
bonds, there's a difference between deposits and bonds. In bonds, the guarantee is explicit. If the guarantee is explicit, even if the state electricity fails, they will pay money out of the state revenues. So look at the guarantee papers before you buy.
What's your view on Dilip Buildcon?
I
That's a
don't know.
specific share which we don't talk about. So, guys,
I don't know.
yeah, we don't know.
Guys, come on. You guys should, whoever has come from Money Page for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. In fact, I am very sad that the BRIDGE does not get the recognition it should get. In fact, I love doing programs in BRIDGE. So unless you encourage us by putting more likes and more subscription here, it's very discouraging at times.
Please suggest the best term insurance plan for 50 lakhs.
Why don't you drop in a mail and my team will get back to you?
Suggest me the best ELSS fund for tax purposes. Per month 10k.
Just drop a mail. My team will get back to you. We have about 100 kids working for us. They will guide you and do the exact job.
How to claim money once company is delisted. Example, Syntex Industry.
Syntax is dead and gone, boss. Syntax is worthless. I also lost some money in Syntax. But if a company like Wipro consumer is there, you can always sell it back to Premji and he will buy it off you happily.
I'm having a good amount of MSFT stocks, which I got as a joining bonus. Can I sell those stocks at the current
I
price and
don't know.
repay my home loan?
I don't know what is MSFT.
Microsoft India.
Oh, you have Microsoft. Okay.
Yeah, Gokul Krishnan.
Okay.
When he joined, he got some stocks.
But if you have got a housing loan, you should continue to pay it because you will get your relief on interest.
Correct.
And when you sell Microsoft, you have to pay tax. So better to hold to Microsoft and continue to pay the housing loan.
When will banking stocks get a correction?
They are due for a correction. And when the RBI wakes up to and smells the coffee and increases interest rates, banks will correct.
What is the view on CDSL stock?
I don't get into such stocks, NSDL and CSDL. CDSL, NSDL is not yet listed. I avoid.
Which is better, on Economic Times or Mint?
Tough choice to answer. But I don't read Economic Times, I read Mint.
I think that answers a lot. Alphabet, Nvidia, we've answered, guys. So, which advice? Which to invest in, Anand, in US stocks or Indian stocks, which will give better returns?
From where it is today, over next few years, US stocks will do better returns.
Why is Vedant giving such huge dividends?
Because Anil Agarwal's debt is in the parent company and he wants the money, so he's stripping the assets because he owns 75% of the company.
Fed is planning to raise interest rates at a smaller rate. Do you think there'll be a recession? Do you think the Fed is dragging economic downturn? How will the cloud and cybersecurity business going
I
future?
do not know exactly what will happen to cloud and cybersecurity, but I know for this is sure that the Fed rates have to go up by at least 1.5% before inflation comes down. Inflation is at 7.7. The Fed's target rate is 2. It's going to take a long time before this interest rate rises are over.
People are asking a lot of political questions, which will
I
steer away.
answer, no problem.
Well, they want to know what's your opinion about Tamil Nadu finance minister's PTR works. You like it or not?
PTR definitely is a very intelligent and a very sharp man. He understands finance and economics very well. If they're asking me my personal opinion about PTR,
Yes, they're asking about it.
yeah, he's an extra. He's a talented guy. He understands finance and money very well. Obviously, because he has worked for a long period in markets. So, as far as his sheer knowledge of economics and finance goes, it's extremely good.
Hello, sir. I'm currently in my 20s. I have barely time to invest in stock market. What is your suggestion for people like us to actively invest in stock market? Ishwara Prasad.
Well, you have to make the time to read, understand, read the 5 books which I have said, and start slowly. Till then, you do the S&P 500 or the Nifty.
What else is there which we haven't talked about? Your opinion about HDFC Life?
HDFC Life is highly priced at this time. Let it correct and then we will look at it. I did enter it, but then the prices got ahead before I could make a sensible position on it.
Any idea how to invest in asset class would be a good idea to invest in during recessionary period other than stock market? What are the asset class do you suggest?
There are only 4 asset classes in which you can invest. If I buy equity, I become a partner in business. If I give you debt, I get interest. If I guarantee you, I get fees. Or I have to put in precious metals or real estate. In India, real estate is highly overvalued. I won't get into it. In US, definitely in 1 year, you can see a deep correction in real estate prices. You can definitely look at investing in real estate in US, and you can do a leverage bet.
I think this will conclude our evening for today. It was our first attempt at doing this live. Thanks, guys, for joining us today for our first.
I had a great time. Now
Yeah.
I have a request from you. I said not only should you subscribe, kindly make sure that your friends and relatives subscribe. Persuade them on my behalf. Thank you for supporting Be Rich.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. How many people came in this?